Hello, my name's Amy Goodman, and I'm the co-director of the Autism Now Center. This is the 39th video in our Autism Now Answer series. Today we're going to be talking about technology and how the ARC has moved towards technological innovations. And I'm here today with my colleague Abe Rafi to tell you all about it. So, Abe, how are people with intellectual and developmental disabilities benefiting from technology today?
Well, like a lot of people, they're benefiting in the same way that everybody else is, and they're benefiting in different ways, just like everybody else is. For example, in schools, we're finding that kids with intellectual or developmental disabilities are using tablet computers extremely well to learn their lessons. To get around the city, there are apps and devices that will help a person navigate a bus system. To live in a safe home environment, there are devices and apps that people can buy to help them take their medication at the right rate, monitor their home, monitor appliances in their home to make sure the home is safe. So there's a lot of ways that people are using technology today, more than they ever have before.
So what are the barriers to expanding the use of technology by people with intellectual and developmental disabilities?
So the steps towards adopting technology are, first you need to be able to assess your needs and your goals. And most people know what they want to do, but they might not always know exactly what they need. And that's a first step you need to do before you start looking for technology. And then you need to search. And there are search engines and things out there, but there's nothing really targeted towards our constituency, at least in a universal kind of way. You'll find directories that'll show technology that are owned by certain manufacturers that display their technology, or you'll find search engines and directories focused on certain kind of slivers of our population. So you might find technology for people on the autism spectrum, or just mobile apps for people on the autism spectrum. So if you want to try to find the technology that's out there, it can be kind of hard to find what's out there and time intensive. And then you have to actually get the technology and evaluate it in a real life situation, which has costs. And then you have to train to use the technology and adopt it in your life. And then as you outgrow the technology or new technology comes out, you need to be able to find that technology. So there's barriers to all these steps that we're seeing right now.
So what is it that the ARC's doing to remove these barriers?
So first, we're launching a website that we're calling the Tech Toolbox. We've launched it only to some chapters of the ARC and a few staff at those chapters currently, starting about a month ago. And it's meant to solve the problem about how do I find technology. So you can search the site to find technology that's useful for specific needs that you have and specific goals that you're interested in pursuing, and then you can filter according to individual user needs. For example, if you work really well with a touch screen, or if you lack fine motor control but you can use a switch really well, or if your typing skills aren't fantastic but you can speak into a device, then you could put in what your user needs and preferences are, and the site will present to you a list of technology. It could be hardware or software that meets your needs, and then if you click on any one of them, you can see reviews from others in the ARC's network who've used that technology to meet their needs and to pursue specific goals. So you can filter in on the technology that might be good for you to try or buy or evaluate. And we're hoping to add over the year additional modules to the site that will include training and even an online assessment tool that could help you evaluate your needs and your goals. But that'll be coming in the next year. As I said, it's really just open to staff right now because we want to work out the kinks in the system and the application first, and we're gradually going to open it to more types of users and then the public at large.
So how can technology companies benefit by creating products that meet the needs of users with intellectual and developmental disabilities?
Well, the good news is that some technology companies are recognizing that there's a market here that they could be servicing and could be doing well and benefiting from by servicing, and they are starting to create technology that works well for them. It's only really happened recently because if you think about the 80s and the 90s, to use technology required a lot of cognitive skills, and you had to be able to type, you had to be able to understand abstractly that what you're typing is causing something to happen. You have to be able to navigate complex menus. But technology today is much simpler. A touch screen gives you immediate feedback as to what you're doing. Voice-activated commands take away the keyboard. Networked technology allows the supporters around you to know where you are and what you're doing, and make support just a click away. So as the technology gets easier, tech companies are able to take existing products that they're making and change them just a little bit to work well for this population, which in total is 2 or 3% of the total population of the country. And a 2 or 3% increase in sales for a tech company could lead to hundreds of millions of dollars, depending on the company and revenue. So we're hoping to be able, as the tech toolbox rolls out, as people use it, and as we understand from their usage what kind of technology they're looking for, what they find useful, we're hoping to be able to share that data with technology companies so they can make smart decisions about how to invest their capacity into making new types of tools that could then be added to Tech Toolbox and shared with users there, and hopefully create a positive feedback cycle between tech companies and people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Wow, that seems really interesting. This wraps up what we were going to talk about, and I hope this was useful, and I hope it helped you with your journey into autism. And just remember, the more you know, the more empowered you will be.